Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawnbusters Taste Challenge. It's dark at this particular time, but 5:33 a.m. Central Daylight Time. In reality, 4:33 in real time. But anyway, I'm not gonna rant on that. We have Jack Daniel's Old Number Seven brand Tennessee Sour Mash Whiskey, distilled by Jack Daniel Distillery. In other words, Brown-Forman. Lynchburg, Tennessee, United States of America. 80 proof. Mellowed through sugar maple charcoal. Most people would call that filtered. Matured in handcrafted barrels. Their own barrels. Most people would say aged. Tasted until deemed ready by masters. And it's aged at least 4 years. There is no age statement, though. The guy was telling us something about, I've been working here 30 years since I was 18 years old. And what did he say? We don't give an age statement because we got to pay taxes, extra taxes on it. But if you don't make an age statement, there's a tax you don't have to pay. That's what he said, is to avoid a tax. He said, all we telling you is that it's at least 4 years old. Well, okay, so that means it's probably 4 years old. And they taste it and then they say it's ready, but it takes about 4 years for them to, because it's all going to taste the same, right? All Jack Daniels taste the same, so that means it's going to be aged the same generally. And it's not blended. They say blended. Go put something in a blender. That's what the guy said. Go put something in a blender. We don't blend our whiskey. We mingle it. I said, oh. They mingle the barrels. Or you can pay a lot more money and buy a single barrel. Jack Daniels. Is single barrel better than mingled? He said on the tour, and I knew you could figure that out on your own. He said, no, it's just they grab a barrel and they put a number on it. I mean, the barrel has a number already and say, okay, here's Jack Daniel's single barrel from this particular barrel. And people think, oh, wow, that's really something. They grab the barrel. And so they pay a lot more now. The first company to do that is what we're about to talk about. Blanton's. The company was Shinley back then, but Blanton's, now Sazerac from Buffalo Trace. They sold the first single barrel bourbon in 1984. And all Blanton's is single barrel, okay? They don't mingle Blanton's, okay? Or as most people would say, blended. Could they come out with Blanton's blended, mingled? Well, yeah, they could. They won't. There's a little booklet on here with a big essay. The finest bourbon in the world comes from a single barrel. Their claim, not my claim. Blanton Distilling Company, Frankfort, Kentucky. Located at the Buffalo Trace Distillery, owned by Sazerac Company. That's the real company, Sazerac. Blanton's Distilling is just a building. All right. It's not a separate facility or anything. It's interesting to go in a building. I can't say it isn't. It is very interesting. All right. So does it make it better being single barrel than if they mingled it? No. It's just, you say, well, it's like a gimmick. Well, yeah, it's like a gimmick. A lot of things are like a gimmick. We love gimmicks, except for CGI. I don't love CGI. That looks fake to me. People like to go see movies with CGI. I don't, because it looks fake. It looks like a cartoon. I don't want to really go see a cartoon. I don't really want to go see a movie of any type. I've actually haven't probably been to the movies in 10 years, maybe longer. Am I anti-movieite? Not against the concept. Most of what's produced is trash, but that's another story. Anyway, They're both amber. Both of these bourbons are amber. This is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. This is Tennessee whiskey. This is sour mash. I don't know if they say that about the Blantons. This is a 2014 bottle. Now, does it mean it's not sour mash because they don't say it? No, could still be. That's just a process for priming. And Dr. James Crow either invented it or he at least popularized it with old James Crow. So they're both amber. I don't have to worry about the color throwing me off. Dark. What's the age on Blantons? There is no age statement. I've heard people say 6 to 7 years. It seems probable. It seems like it tastes like it, but I don't know that. Only thing we can say officially, about Blantons is that it's aged at least 4 years. In a legal sense, we know that to be the case. 6 to 7, that's just people saying it. Maybe they got tipped off by somebody inside the company. I don't know, but I have nothing official. All right. Is this going to be a big challenge? No. I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge at all. Because Jack Daniels is only 80 proof. Yeah, it used to be 90 proof. 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 Used to be 90. But then it dropped to 87, I think, in 1987. Then it dropped to 80. And it has to be at least 80. That's the minimum. That's the minimum for bourbon. The minimum aging for straight bourbon is 2 years. For just to be bourbon, hey, you know what? There's no requirement. It has to be aged, but for no particular length of time. I don't know if there's an age requirement for Tennessee whiskey. That's a law that only applies to Tennessee, though, you see. That's a Tennessee law. I don't live in Tennessee. I'm not under their law. I know it has to be charcoal mellowed through the Lincoln County process, which is totally irrelevant to the laws regulating bourbon. Okay, so but is there an age requirement for Tennessee whiskey? This I do not know. Call George Dickel. Call Jack Daniels. I mean, I'm not trying to be smart. I just don't know. Okay, but they may have some explanation about it on the website that I didn't notice. But I think the Blanton's going to be much stronger. Everything I do, like Dr. John said, everything I do going to be funky from now on. All right. I remember they had Mac Rebenak, Dr. John, on the radio about 5 years ago on WWOZ in New Orleans. And he started using bad language, and the host said, whoa, 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 whoa. He said, oh, I'm sorry, man. I just get so mad when I talk about that. All right. He was talking about Louis Armstrong. He said, didn't these young people, they want to call him Louis. It was funny. All right. It's pungent in the nose. I smell a lot of corn. I smell some dried flowers. I smell some dried fruitcake. You know, that candied fruitcake fruit. And I smell charcoal, and I think this is Jack Daniels. I brought the websites up here, too, if I get time to look at them. Mild, mellow, pleasant, fine. Jack Daniels would be about $23 a bottle. Same as Crown Royal. Same as Crown Royal. The same as Johnny Walker. The same as Crown Royal. The same as J&B. Blanton's be about $55 to $60 a bottle. $55 to $60 a bottle. Yeah, I went to mass yesterday at 4:30. Okay, so I don't have to rush to go to mass today at 5:30 this morning. But then the news is starting at 6 a.m. and I want to watch it. Oh, well, now, back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up. You said I was bringing heat on you? All right. Maybe this is Jack Daniels because it's even milder and I'm just smelling so much corn here at the break of dawn. And the video is on. Anyway, sure, there's corn alcohol, ethanol. Put it in your lawnmower and make it run bad. That was my experience. There's a mild charcoal nose, like sugar maple charcoal, and I'm not trying to be flip. What about wood? What about wood? What about Frank? What about Frank? Yeah, there's a little wood here, but there's not much. But over here, as this is breathed, you know what I'm getting over here? I'm not getting a lot of wood. I'm getting candy. You say candy. This is a bourbon taste challenge. He's talking about candy. We're not talking about the game. We're talking about candy. We're talking about practice. Right, Alvin. Because you didn't want to practice, right? That's why you got no rings, because you won't be lazy and have your baby on TV all the time you did an interview. We know people have babies. We don't need to see you holding a baby. Okay, well, I laughed it off like a challenge. For sure, there will be no type of challenge this morning, but it is. It's tough. I'm really kind of confused right now. Craig Swinson says, good morning. Good morning to you, Craig. One of my, I wouldn't say chronic listeners. You don't use a term like that. One of my loyal listeners, viewers on Dawn Busters. Jay Hood says, I'm sure whichever tastes better is the Blantons. That's a good way of looking at it. Whichever tastes better is the Blantons. So let's see whatever tastes better, and we'll call that the Blantons. All right. Oh, weird. Candy. Why does this smell like rock candy? Corn, syrup, rock candy. I don't know. Not cane sugar rock candy. Corn, syrup, rock candy. You might say, oh, sounds delightful. Yeah, right. Like Cairo syrup. All right. Oh, no. Now, all I need now is some scrambled eggs and bacon, and I got my grits, eggs, and bacon. I'm telling you, it tastes like grits. You want to pay $60 for liquid grits? You got it. Go buy Blanton's. Blanton's. Now, does it taste like more than that? Well, yeah, because you get some charcoal and some wood and a lot of booze, a lot of alcohol. It kind of grabs you a little bit, makes you shudder. Like grits won't have that since it's 0% alcohol, but this is 93 proof. All right. What is that? 46.5% alcohol. Whoa. I think that gotta be Blanton's. I don't recall Jack Daniels ever being that strong. Pipe Man 1958 says, hey, Ronald, I recently was gifted a bottle of the Glenlivet 12-year and 18-year single malt scotch. Whoa, that's two good gifts. I actually like the 12-year better. Have you ever had either one? If so, which do you like? No, I've seen them on the store shelves many times, but I never had it. Plan on it. Plan on trying everything if I could live 1,000 years. Okay. I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, people tell me, try this, try that, try this, try that, try this, try that, try this, try that, try this, try. It's like an echo. It never stops. But I can't. It's not possible. I can't try everything. Whether it's beer, wine, or liquor, you just can't. So you just don't worry about it. You make your little videos, people watch, you comment, thanks for watching, appreciate it. And then you go on. But you cannot try everything. And I'll watch people's videos, okay, for beers I've had or liquor I had. I don't watch videos for stuff I never had. I can barely keep up with the stuff I've had. So to watch people talk about beer I never had, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. That's what's got me bored to death on Wild Card Wednesday and Scotch Sunday and all of that. Now, am I ripping on those because they're bad productions? No. Are the people that do the videos bad? No. It's nothing like that. It's that I have to sit and listen to people describe stouts I've never had, and in many cases never will have, or just random beers I've never had. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, it's just boring to me. I'm sorry. I don't dislike the people. And if I'm trying a beer they never had, they might be bored listening to that. Like, why am I listening to this? I never had Cockamamie Street derivative ale. And I'm saying, oh, it's got these peach notes and all. And they're like, oh, boy, it's so interesting. You know, it's not interesting to me. To me, other people say, oh, I love hearing about beers I never had. That's good. I'm not. I'm sorry. I can't get motivated. Now, I like the themes a little better. Like when we say, well, let's do English beers. And then next Wednesday, we're going to do strong lagers. I like that better because it's a little more focused. But still, somebody might bring a strong lager, right? I've got Hair Shirt, strong lager from Liechtenstein. It's aged 2 years in oak vats from the Carpathian Mountains and all this. And it's nice, but I don't want to hear about it because it's boring to me. Okay, back to this taste channel. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be negative. I just can't relate to that. All right. I was like Michael Corleone. I was trying to get out. They kept dragging me back in. You know, I was trying to evacuate Wild Card Wednesday, but then the person that took it over and said, I'm running the show now. And I was like, thank you. He's after like a week, he said, well, I got something to do, so you do it. I said, well, I can't get out of this. Okay. Do I like the camaraderie? Do I like hanging out with the people? Yes, yes, yes. I heard on the grapevine they got into a big, fiery, heated political discussion. Maybe they got angry. That's what I would rather be involved with. Something about wars or something. And it was like 5 guys saying, we got to be in this war. And then one guy saying, no, no, no. I said, well, I would rather do that once than 5 Wild Card Wednesdays, because that's something I like to talk about. And I told him, I said, well, I wish I'd have been there. I said, if you find the link, if it's still posted, send it to me. I'd love to see that. And you know I'm going to comment. All right. Now, this is not boring because these are 2 whiskeys that most people probably have had. Well, maybe not Blanton's, but definitely Jack Daniels. Oh no, corn on the cob. Popcorn without the salt. You like liquid popcorn? I'm glad you do, because I really don't. And that sourdough, you can always tell. Hey. You can always tell the sour mash because it has this strange like bagel taste, like what you call that, sourdough bagel. I may as well go get some Linders. What do I know for bagels? Bagels, and eat that with some corn. And I've had Jack Daniels then. I'm not putting down Jack Daniels. I know people that drink it religiously. That's their faith, Jack Daniels. But to me, I mean, it's distinctive, like that corn grits is distinctive. It's like so corny. Ooh. There might be a little rye. But I just think it's kind of ordinary. And it's so mild and watery. I don't know. I wouldn't pay $22 a bottle. I mean, I did for this one because I needed it for the taste challenges. But to go repeatedly buy Jack Daniels, no, no. You say, well, I bet you buy Budweiser. I bet you're wrong. Why do I not buy Budweiser regularly? Same thing. Not that it's bad. It isn't bad. It's just so ordinary. I'm not paying extra for a rice lager. I like it. I praise it. It's fine. I just buy natural ice or lately Keystone Ice because I can get 15 cans of Keystone Ice for $7.99, which to me is arguably a better product than Budweiser. So why would I ever, if I could get Keystone Ice for $7.99 right now, why would I ever dream of paying $10.99 for a 12-pack of Budweiser? Explanation, I wouldn't do it. I mean, answer, not explanation. I would not do it. And I don't do it, and I never have done it. In fact, have I ever bought a suitcase of Budweiser? No. Have I bought 12 packs? Yes. Is it often? No way. Now here's the clincher. We know this is Blanton's, and we know that's Jack Daniels. That's done. That's solved. That mystery solved. What whiskey channels do you watch? Says Jay Hodes. Oh, a lot. But the ones, I don't know the names of those. There's one where there's two guys in Austin. It's okay. It's too showman, though. You know, that's a little bit too much like a production. Like, yeah, we have 100,000 subscribers, and here's our production, and it's very slick, which is good. I'm not downing it. I never put a thumbs down. I mean, I watch it. I don't make comments because I know they're not going to respond. They don't have. If you're too much in the bling bling, you don't have time for the little people that are watching, you know. The Scotch dummies seem very good. Ralphie seems good, but it's the same thing. I don't comment because I know I'm not going to get a response. And the Whiskey Scout and so on. I like the ones in Working Man's Whiskey. I like the ones that respond like you mean, like you worthwhile to respond to. Other ones are just like watching TV. Like if you watch CBS, you could send emails to the show, like the website, but they'll just give you a form letter like, thank you very much for your interest in this television show. But they're not going to give you a heartfelt response. Now, I do get responses sometimes that are short. People say, why do you get such short response? Because that's the way I speak. I don't make up stuff to fill up space. When people tell me stuff in real life, I'm like, oh, man, that's pretty interesting. And that's what I'll say, you know? So that's the way I write is the way I talk. Oh, yeah, this is Blanton. So which one's better? Okay, Blanton's very good. Is it worth $55 to $60 a bottle? I think that's debatable. Debatable. I might just buy Buffalo Trace. Don't shoot me. All right. Is it better than Jack Daniels? Well, I guess so. I mean, to me, it's not better, but it's fine. I mean, I wouldn't pay $60 for it, but if you want to pay $60 and collect all the horses and jockeys and get it doesn't matter to me. But I'm not going to sit here and say it's better. It's different. It's different. Just because something's different doesn't make it better. Like some people ask me all the time, like, what beer is better? I mean, how can I tell you which beer is better? It's like they're both good. You could choose which one you prefer, or you could like both. Does Jack Daniels have a lot going for it? Well, yeah, a lot. Does the benefits outweigh the negatives? Yeah, but can you get a much cheaper bourbon that's just as good as Jack Daniels? Well, yeah, I mean, you could throw examples out left and right, like Benchmark. Benchmark probably just as good, and you can sometimes find that for $8 a bottle. No, so but no knock against it. Blanton's is very good. I think it's not as great as people make it out to be. Like it's so, I had Blanton's, I cried. You know, I remember the first time I had Blanton's, It was 1991, and we just got back from Jamaica, and my grandmother was ill, and it really had me stressed out. And me and my grandpa sat on the bench and on the swing on the porch, and we drank Blanton's, and I cried. I cried because he gave it to me. No, that's not a memory type thing for me with this. It's just like, it's good. And I didn't cry when I first drank it. I was happy, and I was glad Sonny gave it to me, and it was free, and I didn't have to pay for it. All right. So I guess Blanton's is better. I guess it's better. You say it's better. Okay, I'll go along with it. Is it price-wise better? Is this $60 bottle of bourbon better than this $22 bottle of Tennessee whiskey bourbon? In other words, is it worth $30 more a bottle? I don't think so. I don't see that. It's your money, though. If you want to pay it, go ahead. Doesn't matter to me, especially since your interests don't conflict with my interests. I don't know how so many people like Jack Daniels. I just cannot drink it, says Pipe Man. Well, I like it, but some people hate it. Jack Daniels is like Budweiser. If you say those two words, people flip out. They're like run across a room. You could be at a huge wedding reception and tell somebody, yeah, man, one time me and my uncle were drinking Jack Daniels, and that person will jump up, look at you, and run across the reception hall and get in your face and say, I hate Jack Daniels. I just want to let you know that. It's like, okay, well, don't drink it. Or Budweiser, same thing. Oh, why you say that word? It's like, why are you worrying about Budweiser? Like, are you we're winning. It's like, what are you winning? I mean, what is this? No, they're not even serving that at this wedding. They're serving Bud Light. Well, why are you getting so crazy about Budweiser? Are you sick? Do you have problems? Or if you say the Grateful Dead. So there's three things. In music, you could say, yeah, I found an old copy of Working Man's Dead. It's in great shape. No scratches. Here comes somebody running across the room. I hate the Grateful Dead. I hate the Grateful Dead. It's like, I wasn't talking to you. You know, go listen to Creed or Casey and the Sunshine Band. Why are you talking to me about the Grateful Dead? Why did you feel compelled to run across this reception hall to tell me that you hate the Grateful Dead? And that's every time. If you say Grateful Dead, they flip out, their eyes roll back in their head. They catch a seizure. It's like, I don't understand. If they're so irrelevant and meaningless and have no value, why you talk about them 26 hours a day? 55 to 60. I pay that here in Australia. Ouch. Yeah. And that's an elevated price. Jay Hood says Blanton's Gold and SFTB are on the shelves here in Australia. The only good bourbon thing here. See, y'all get stuff we can't get. I got to get out of here because the news is starting. I'm going to say this is the Blantons. It better say B. If it doesn't, this whole video has no credibility. It is B. I did it. And that's no achievement because it's too obvious. Thank you, Jay Hoods, from watching from Australia. And I appreciate everybody watching. And I'm going to do another taste challenge, God willing, on Tuesday. I love hams born in the land of sky blue waters. I miss Ham's Golden Draft. And that's